back a bottle of water, would you?
And a good evening, everybody, from Claire Lynch Hall here at the campus of the College of St. Benedict in St. Joe, in my beloved county where I was born, Stearns County. And welcome to the MIAC Basketball Playoffs Women's Basketball Quarterfinals as we're broadcasting live here on TJSportsOnline.net. I'm Tom Witchen, proprietor of TJ's Broadcast Services. Tom Ritchie is my cameraman here tonight. And it'll keep me in line, keep me on the air here tonight. This broadcast, a presentation of the University of St. Kate's, produced by my company, TJ Broadcast Services. Our website, again, TJSportsOnline.net. The broadcast tonight brought to you by Twin City Orthopedics, Universal Athletics, Northfield Lines, Midwest Bedding, Best Western in Bloomington, Cone Elevators and Escalators, Klein Nissan, U.S. Bank, and Jimmy John's. And Wildcat supporters also include Leffler Business Solutions, the Golf Construction, Lisa Nexer Group, Shapko Printing, the Hickey family, Eckford and Lammers Attorneys at Law, the DLR Group, and Dady and Gardner Attorneys at Law. Number 5 against number 4, the matchup here in the playoffs. The Blazers coming in with a record, in fact, almost identical records. The Blazers under head coach Mike Durbin, 15-10, 10-7 in conference. The Wildcats, 14-10, 8-9 in conference. This is the MIAC Women's Basketball Quarterfinals. The other game going on tonight at the Robertson Center up in Arden Hills, and it's Bethel taking on Augsburg. And if you want to watch a portion of that game, in fact, the voice of the Wildcats, he is doing double duty. He's going to be the voice of the Augies tonight. Matt Nelson, Glenn Thompson at the Robertson Center. And again, the link to that broadcast, TJSportsOnline.net. The Blazers starts his run through the postseason tournament home for the first time since 2012-2013. And they host the Wildcats. The Blazers swept the Wildcats during the regular season. Both games are close. St. Ben's winning 60-53 on November 30th. And most recently, they won 50-47 back on January 25th. CSB is hosting its first playoff game since 2012-2013. And St. Kate's is in the playoffs for the first time since 2009-2010. And both teams looking for a good showing. And this is your Wildcat pregame show here on TJSportsOnline.net. A proud supporter of Wildcat Athletics since 1971 is the Universal Athletic Team. And they've been passionate about fueling the dreams of athletes, and they put all of their know-how into doing just that by servicing and selling athletic gear to our local athletes, high schools, and colleges. Universal Athletics has dedicated its heart and soul to the support of sports, fitness, and health programs in schools and communities. And providing innovative food and beverage solutions since 1955 is Midwest Medic, servicing organizations large and small throughout the Twin Cities, including St. Catherine University. Proud to offer unwavering integrity, in-demand products, innovative technology, and personal attention. Give them a call at 952-707-1990, 952-707-1990, or visit MidwestVending.com. And the MIAC Women's Basketball Playoffs or quarterfinals continue here from Claire Lynch Hall up here in St. Joe. And time for the Wildcat pregame show in the coaches section. And a visit with head coach Sean Pinkerton. And coach, this is some uncharted territory for this program.
Yeah, it's been a while. They have not been here in my tenure in the last 5 years. So I think the big thing for us tonight is to ensure that we don't feel like we've reached the mountaintop, and that we've got a lot more to accomplish. So I think they're a very good team. St. Ben's got some really talented kids. They've got some experience with kids who have been in the playoffs before. They start, I think, all juniors and seniors. But I feel like we're definitely more than capable of winning the ball game. We need to go out and play well.
All right, you got to be pleasantly surprised at the progress that this program has made over the last few years.
Yeah, definitely been happy with the fact that each season, kind of the process of moving ourselves forward, we've been very intentional talking about how we need to continue to get better. Every season we got to get a little bit better. We need to keep moving in the right direction. So it's nice to see both within conference and overall us moving in that direction each season.
A relatively young team, but talk about Kennedy and Mari and Lachey, the three seniors that have been through it all.
Yeah, I mean, we've got kind of a real balanced team in that right now we're relying pretty heavily on 9 kids. 3 of them are seniors, 3 juniors, a sophomore in Kanani, and 2 freshmen. Those 3, and Mari and Shea and Kennedy, are kids that they were my first recruiting class here. They're kids that came into the program at a time where, we'd won 3 games in 2 years and 1 conference game in a 2-year span, and they had faith in us and believed that we could accomplish something here that was pretty special. So they're kids that I will forever be grateful for the faith that they had in us and all the work that they've done and all the progress they've enabled us to make over the last 4 years.
You brought in a big freshman class. You got to be hopeful about what they can contribute in the future years.
Yeah, we've got some kids in that freshman group that I really like. That aren't necessarily getting time right now because those seniors and some kids who are just a little more ready are in front of them. But we've got a couple that are contributing already with Jackie and Donica. I think are really talented, tough kids. And then again, some of those kids that I think are going to be really good basketball players for us in the years to come.
Well, this series, couple of close games, a 7-point loss, a 3-point loss, so you came close.
Yeah, both of them have been really tight. The first time, we obviously didn't have Kanani and Jackie. The second time, we didn't have Megan and Alexis. So, I like the fact that we're at full strength tonight. We've got everybody ready to go. We played them in 2 tight competitive ball games. They're really good. They're very versatile. They're very tough at home. But I definitely think we are a team that is capable of beating them. I really think we're a team capable of beating anybody.
And I did a Blazer game earlier this season. What a contrast in style. They slow it down. They pound it inside, very physical. Boy, you love to get out and run a little bit. So whoever dictates the pace here tonight is the winner.
Yeah, I think that's very likely the story. We want to get up and down. We want to play in transition. We want to get out and run, take advantage of our athleticism. They got some really good athletes, but at the same time, they got some good size inside. They would prefer to slow it down. Last time we played them, I think they came out the first 2 possessions of the game were man, and then after that, they went to the 2-3 the entire night, slowed the pace of play. A final of 50-47. That's really where they want to be in terms of pace of play, and we'd really rather get up and down the floor really quickly.
So again, it's the Wildcats and the Blazers here in just a few minutes. Sean, thanks for visiting with us. Hope the young growing family is doing well.
Thank you. They're doing great. And
that is Sean Pinkerton, head coach of the Wildcats of St. Kate's, coaches section of your Wildcat pregame show here on TJSportsOnline.net. Transporting Wildcat athletes is in the capable hands of Northfield Lines Incorporated, dedicated to ensuring that your travel experience is a positive one. Call to request a quote or make a reservation at 888-670-8068 or visit their website, northfieldlines.com. Now, Twin City Orthopedics offers a full spectrum of orthopedic care to individuals suffering sports-related problems and injuries. Their doctors are team physicians to the University of St. Kate's, Augsburg College, Hamline University, and others. Visit tcomn.com. This is the second night of the MIAC playoffs. We were down in Northfield last night with the Augsburg men taking on the Carrollton Knights. And a close ball game right down to the wire. Carrollton coming from behind in the closing minutes, defeating Augsburg 66-63. And St. John's had their way with Hamlin last night, shooting over 60% from the field, over 60% from beyond the three-point arc. St. John defeating Hamlin 86-58. So the matchup, the semifinals tomorrow night in the MIAC men's basketball race. Carrollton will be at St. Thomas, and St. John's will be at Bethel, and the championship game will be on Saturday. And we mentioned women's basketball, and coming up on a Friday, weather permitting. Oh, I'm getting scared about that storm. St. Thomas will play the lowest seed at Steve Fritz Court at 7 o'clock. Gustavus will take on the highest remaining seed. The championship game will be on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. On the women's basketball going on, Division II. And the Northern Sun is opening up with first-round action tonight. Southwest Minnesota State at MSU Moorhead. Minot State at Augustana. Winona State at Mary. Upper Iowa at Northern State. Bemidji State at Wayne State. St. Cloud State at Sioux Falls. MSU Mankato at UMD. And Minnesota Crookston is at Concordia St. Paul. Quarterfinals will be on Friday at the Pentagon, the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls. And the 27th will be the semifinals. And that is a Sunday championship game on the 28th. Again, at the beautiful Sanford Center there on the north side of Sioux Falls. As this is your Wildcat pregame show on the TJSportsOnline.net. By the way, that's the link if you want to watch and listen to this broadcast here tonight. Join us at TJSportsOnline.net, your home for Wildcat volleyball and basketball all season long. This last tournament action that we had a chance to broadcast, we featured the MIAC softball playoffs at St. Thomas last spring. And we're looking forward to another softball season, hopefully some postseason action. As that young Wildcat softball team, they can find a shortstop. They're going to be a power to be reckoned with. And from Clear Lynch Shaw, we're going to send it downstairs and pick up our national anthem and the introduction in just a bit. Wildcat basketball brought to you by Klein Nissan, your home for new and used Nissans, serving the entire Twin City area from Maplewood. And when your new or used vehicle needs auto service or car repair, visit them at 3090 Highway 61 North in Maplewood. Klein Nissan, thanks for letting us prove our passion and dedication to the Nissan brand. Klein Nissan not too far from my homestead up there in Maplewood. As with the clock says all zeros, here's the introductions.
Welcome to the College of St. Benedict in Clare Lynch Hall for tonight's MIAC playoff matchup between the number 5 seeded St. Catherine University Wildcats and your number 4 seeded College of St. Benedict Blazers. At this time, please direct your attention to the United States flag and drawing Cold Spring 6
All right, nice job, young sixth grader here in the community with our national anthem as we get set for the introductions of tonight's MIAC women's basketball quarterfinals. And I saw Carol Beecher downstairs, the former athletic director here at St. Ben's, and nice to see her again. Of course, her husband is on the coaching staff for Mike Durbin in his 31st year, Steve Howe. Beecher. Again, Alexis Garcia, 5'7" junior from Hopkins, one of the starters for the Wildcats. We're in the green tonight with the purple and gold trim. And for the Blazers, it is Chelsea Getke, a 5'11" junior from Wabasso, played for the Rabbits. And the Blazers in the all-white, red numerals and the trim. And next for the Wildcats will be Mari Lee, one of our three seniors, 5'10" senior from Dawson Moyd High School. And next for the Blazers, Kate Badovitz, a 6-foot junior, played for the Coast Guards at Holy Angels High School out there in Richfield. And next for the Wildcats is Mari Lee, 5'10" senior. Already mentioned Mari. Who did they introduce? Anyway, Mari Lee out of Dawson Moyd High School. Next is Nikki Fokin for the Blazers, 6'3" junior from Pine Island, Minnesota, playing for the Panthers. And next for the Wildcats is Megan Clark, 5'6" junior from Kenyon of Wanamago. And Mike Durbin next sends that Sydney Schiffler, a 5'4" freshman from Albany, just down the road, the Albany Huskies. And finally for the Wildcats, and there's Audra Clark, the 5'7" junior. And the twin sister, Meg. Meg's actually about an inch shorter. And Annie Dittburner, 5'7" junior out of New Prague. And her dad, Tim Dittburner, longtime high school basketball coach in South St. Paul and in New Prague. And I think she told me he's now the superintendent of schools in the New Prague school district. So we're set to go. The Algies, now, excuse me, I knew I'd say that at least once. The Wildcats and the Blazers. Matt Nelson and I are shifting roles. Matt Nelson has the Augies tonight, and I've got the Wildcats. And over at the Robertson Center at Bethel University. As we play four quarters, 10 minutes apiece. And I'm Tom Murchin, and Tom Murchin is on camera and on duty here tonight. And promising to keep me awake on the 100-mile trip back down to the Twin Cities. It'll be Nikki Fokin out of Pine Island to jump at center. And it'll be Kennedy Jennings, 5'11" senior out of Grimes, Iowa. That's the one lady I missed. Kennedy will jump at center against Nikki Fokin. The Wildcats going from right to left. And this quarterfinal game is underway. And the tip controlled by the Blazers into the front court. Playing that point guard spot is Sydney Schiffler. Hands it off near side for Getke. Clears it up top for Dittburn. Adding crossover dribble, free throw line high. And at the top of the key is Fokin. Hands it off Schiffler. Sydney gets double teamed by that Wildcat defense. They go almost a 2-3 zone. They go inside and throw it away. The Blazers' entry pass stolen away by the Wildcats. Down court is from the corner. Garcia, three, shot no good. And it's taken down by Schiffler. And it goes out of bounds. And it belongs to the Blazers in the backcourt as the Wildcats coming out. And Meg and Audra playing a little pressure in the backcourt as getting it in over the timeline is Annie Dittburner. And Fokin in the lane goes up top. They go inside again to Fokin. And she gets double teamed, kicks it to the corner. Three on the way. It's no good. Rebound taken away by the Wildcats. And back they come into the front court on the wing for Garcia. Alexis goes near corner for Mari. Mari Lee back up the line. And the Blazers in a 2-1-2 zone. High post for Lee. Bounce pass for Meg. Far corner for Audra. Goes baseline. There's Jennings. Clears it back up top. 10 on the shot clock. Garcia. Top of the key. Almost a travel. They go wing far side. And pulling up from 15 feet. Shot away way short. And the rebound taken down by Dittburner. As that into the front court. Goes inside for Nikki Fulkin. Drives, right-hand hook, up and short. Rebound, loose ball, and goes out of bounds. Last touch, I believe, by Meg. Meg Clark touched it on the way out. As we're a minute and a half into this first period, first quarter, if you will, from Claire Lynn Shaw. Haven't been here for a couple of years. Did volleyball up here a while back. And some discussion from the referee. And it'll be the Blazers finally. They come over to the scorers table. And are they trying to decide whether the shot clock had to reset or was reset or should have been reset? And it'll be an inbounds pass for St. Ben's. Not puck. Wrong sport. Low post. Fulkin through a double team, and she was fouled. Meg Clark, I think, got called for the reach-in. And the first foul of the ball game. Kennedy is on Meg Clark. First foul of the ball game. Inbounds pass again for St. Ben's. Again on the season, 15-10 overall, 10-7 here in the MIAC. Underneath, and we have a stepping on the end line, and the Blazers have their second turnover of the ball game. It is Wildcat basketball coming right to left. As Clark, top of that 2-3 zone. And hands it off to Meg. They go baseline. Kennedy Jennings goes inside, lays it up and off. But she was fouled. That'll be a two-shot foul. She is fouled by Kate Banovitz. The Wildcats averaging about 69 points a ball game offensively, defensively giving up 65. 43% from the field and from the free throw line, 69%. Kennedy Jennings has the first point on the ball game. She averages about 10 points a ball game. 71% free throw shooter, 1-0 and 2-0 in favor the Wildcats. Again, pressure by the Clarks in the backcourt. And getting it over the timeline or the front court is Addie Dittberger. Goes wing far side. Fulkin cut off along the baseline, clears it back up top and goes back inside. Fulkin right at hook, no good, but a shooting foul against the Wildcats. And I think Alexis got that one. And they're going to call it against Mari Lee, and then another shooting foul, this time at the other end. Nikki Fulkin, 58% free throw shooter, makes the first one, and it's 2-1. The Blazers averaging 58 points a ball game offensively, defensively giving up 56. They're a 65% free throw shooting team, and make a life out of that. Nikki makes both of them. She averages 9 points a ball game. There's her first tie at a 2 apiece. 7:45 to go here in the first quarter. Out of the wing for Garcia. Alexa goes wing. Clark underneath for Jennings. Pass in the lane. It's knocked away as the Wildcats have their first turnover of the ball game. Back down court. Getke, first touch of the basketball. Up top, Fulkin shot, no good. Rebound. Getke back up, and it's good. Chelsea Getke, her first deuce, averaging 10 points a ball game. And it is the Blazers with their first lead of the ball game. And it's taken away by the Blazers. Back down court. Drive. Schiffler up and good. A Christian Dittberger. 11-21. Annie Dittberger. And she averages 6 points a ball game, but that's where the Blazers are. 6-2 here in the first quarter. That's Garcia out of the wing. Free throw line high out on the near side. Bounce pass on the far wing. They go inside baseline for Kennedy Jennings, and it's thrown away. And so the Wildcats, last two trips down the floor, and they've turned it over. Now the ball game is Alexis Johnson, 6'2" freshman, playing for the Becker Bulldogs up on the long highway 10 there. As into the front court is Sydney Schiffler. Hands it off for Dittberger on the left-hand dribble. Annie, free throw line high. Stops, clearing pass for Getke. Chelsea out of the ridge, shovel pass. Dittberger takes it down the wing, drive, scoop shot up and in. Annie Dittberger back-to-back baskets. And the Blazers have scored the last 8 points of the ballgame. They lead by a score of 8-2 with 6:20 to go in the quarter. Meg Clark with the basketball off on the wing for Garcia. Into the post for Lee. Mari's open. Passes up the shot. Audra does it. Three. Yes. Audra Clark. And she has her 22nd three-pointer of the season. Averaging 15 points a ballgame. Tops in the club. It is 8-5 As into the front court is Schiffler. Up on the wing for Getke. Up top, Dittberner. Wildcats now back into a man-to-man. Katie Banovitz. They go inside. Down inside for Alex Johnson in the lane. Left-hand layup by Dittberner is good. And Addie Dittberner has scored the last 3 baskets of the ball game for St. Ben's. They lead 10-5 with 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. MIC women's basketball quarterfinals. Clark, Meg, and Audrey playing catch. Lee at the high post. Audrey up top, another 3, and this time it's short. And Johnson with the rebound, leaves it off for Schiffler. And Sydney, the freshman out of Albany, into the front court. Schiffler off of that far corner for Banovitz. Gate backs in on the dribble against Jennings. Goes inside. Right-hand layup is up and in. And Kate Banovitz averaging 6 points a ball game. She has her first deuce. And the lead for the Blazers now up to 7 here in the first quarter. Again, St. Ben's winning the first 2 contests, 60-53. And the second one, a 3-pointer in the lane. Mari Lee bounce pass underneath and off the hands of Meg Clark as the Wildcats have their 3rd turnover of this first quarter. Blazer basketball, front court, Schiffler out of the wing, free throw line high, clearing pass up the line. They play catch around the perimeter. Getke goes inside. Down inside is Banovitz, double team. Off to Johnson, Alex from 10 feet, short, rebound Jennings. Kennedy, the outlet pass for Clark, and that's Audrey into the front court to the corner for Meg. Goes inside for Murray. It's over her head, but saved by Garcia. Alexis backs up on the dribble against that 2-3 zone. Daring the Wildcats to shoot from up top. Alexis wide open, 3, yes! Alexis Garcia has her 26th three-pointer of the season. She averages about 9 points a ball game. And a 12-8 in favor of St. Ben's. Only lead so far for the Wildcats at 2-0. Blazer basketball, front court. Getke goes inside. There for Kate Banovitz, 6-foot junior. Far corner, 3 on the way. It is no good. Rebound taken down by Mari Lee. And quickly into the front court. We talked about pace in this ballgame. Low post, Jennings wide open up and short, but she was fouled. Kennedy Jennings will go to the line and shoot 2. And the foul is on Alex Johnson. That is her first, second team foul against the Blazers. And we have a timeout on the floor with 3:45 to go here in the first quarter. And the score 12-8 in favor of St. Ben's. Are you in the Twin Cities for shopping, sports, visiting, or that weekend getaway? Why not stay at the Best Western Plus Bloomington Hotel? Just across Killaboo Drive for the Mall of America. Their professional staff specializes in true hospitality. Gorgeous decor throughout. And the best in-house dining at the Red Rosa Italian Grill. Visit www.bestwesternbloomington.com for details. And another Wildcat boosters, McGough Construction, building for the next generation. They have an unsurpassed reputation for quality workmanship, creative value engineering, innovative solutions, delivering projects on time and on budget. At the heart of who they are, McGough Construction value the passion and commitment that drive their reputation for quality. www.mcgough.com. Again, I'm Tom Watson, sharing company with you tonight. Matt Nelson has the game over at Bethel. As the teams come back on the floor, let's see if I can pull up the stats. And Augsburg leading Bethel by a score of 10-8 with 4 minutes remaining in that first quarter. Kennedy Jennings at the line. Kennedy, a 71% free throw shooter, made her first 2 attempts. And buzzer sounds we have a substitution to come in. Lachey Holt, by the way, back in the ball game. Lachey, the 5'8" senior from Humboldt. Free throw by Jennings, missed. And Kennedy will get a second. Again, one of the 3 seniors. She hails from Iowa. Free throw by Kennedy's up and no good. And Foka-Nicky with a rebound. 12-8 Blazers into the front court. Now into the ball game. Is Macy Kelly, the 5'9" senior from Red Wing, Minnesota. Into the post, underneath, right-hand layup is good by Nikki Fokin. And she has her first field goal. She has 4 points. And the Blazer lead is 6 at 14-8. As Lachey Holt into the ball game. She's playing the point guard against that zone. They swing it around the perimeter. Now also into the ball game. Shot inside, shot of the way, no good by Donica Cambrese. And Donica's shot is missed. Rebound by the Blazers, who want it done for the Wildcats into the front court. Banovitz, the Triller, Dittberner. And Lachey on her, goes inside to the low post. They go cross court near side. Banovitz back inside for Fokin. Nikki kicks it off to that wing. Kelly goes baseline. Macy up the line. Fokin open from 15. Scores! Nikki Fokin back-to-back field goal. She has 6. And the Blazers had their biggest lead of the ball game at 8. 16-8 with 2:45 to go here in the first quarter. Holt, top of the key. High post for Lee. Double team. They go baseline. And going inside. Shot. It is blocked by Garcia. Shot was blocked. Macy Kelly back into the front court. Macy using up that dribble. Lachey all over her. Has it off for Dittberger. And he run in front, right in front of the Wildcat bench. Goes cross court for Kelly. Macy down the right wing. Off in the corner for Johnson. Alex looking inside for Fokin out there. Kelly now inside and Nicky get double team. Lost the dribble. Picks it back up. Right hand hook. No good. Rebound. Taken away by Lachey Holt. And Lachey leading this team in rebounds. Into the front court, 16-8. Goes inside, lays it up, and off. Her own rebound. No, it's off the hands of Lachey and out of bounds. Kate Banovitz will check in. Nikki Fokin will sit down. Her head coach, Mike Durbin. I believe he's been doing this for over 30 years, Mike Durbin. Pressure in the backcourt from Cabrese and Holt. And now they drop back. It's into the front court for the Blazers is Dittberger. Stops out of the right wing, free throw line high. Macy Kelly up in that far wing. Macy on the dribble drive to the baseline. Getke goes inside, lays it up and off. Rebound, Chelsea back up and in. Chelsea Getke offensive board and her 4th point. And it is 18-8. And the Blazers have opened up a 10-point lead. Cold shooting quarter right now for our Wildcats. As at the top of the key, now the ball game is Kanani Asuncion, 5'11" sophomore from Rochester Century High School. Holt, they go inside. Mari open from the free throw line, scores. Mari Lee, her first deuce. The 5'10" senior averaging 9 points in the ball game. It is 16-10 with a minute to go here in the first quarter. Dittberger with the basketball on the left-hand dribble, free throw line high, goes inside, wide open, lays it up and in is Kate Banovitz. And Kate has her 4th point. And it is 20-10 in favor of St. Ben's. And Holt into the front court. By the way, Jackie Radford also in the ball game for the Wildcats, 5'9" freshman from Creighton-Durham Hall. Holt to the corner as Donica goes up top. Shot no good. Rebound back up and no good. We have a offensive foul, I believe, against the Wildcats. And Asuncion picking up that foul. Substitution, and Dittberger will come on. Schiffler will come back in. And now checking in for the Wildcats is Morgan Merritt, 5'6" junior from Canby, Minnesota. Macy Kelly will sit down. Blazer basketball in the backcourt. They'll get it in to Schiffler. And again, Morgan Merritt, Kate Banovitz, Chelsea Getke, Johnson in the post, double team. Alex has it knocked away on the floor, taken away by the Wildcats, and then a reach-in foul against Banovitz, trying to get that ball back. And Kate has her 2nd foul. And with 19 seconds to go, no free throws. Inbounds pass for St. Kate's. And now Nikki Fokin will come in. Kate Banovitz will sit down with those 2 fouls. And in scoring for the Blazers, 4 different players have scored, led by Dittberger with 6. Lachey Holt hits the front court against that 2 threes in. Lachey top of the key, 10 on the clock. And hands it off far side. Return pass for Lachey. Playing catch there with Asuncion. Lachey to Kanani. Shot on the way. Banks it in. A 3-pointer for Kanani. Asuncion. She has her 4th 3-pointer of the season. And the horn sounds we play 10 minutes of basketball. And at the break, it is St. Ben's 20 and St. Kate's 13. And this is MIAC Women's Basketball Playoffs here on TJSportsOnline.net. And again, over at the Robertson Center, it is Bethel and Augsburg. The last score I had, I think, was 12-10 in favor of the Augies. Update our scoreboard here. And indeed, let's go to the Robertson Center. What do we have? And with 57 seconds to go in the quarter, first quarter, and Augsburg has a 14-10 lead over the Bethel Royals. Bethel, the number 3 seed. And the Augsburg Aggies, the number 6 seed. Cone US provides industry-leading elevator, escalator, auto walks, and innovative solutions for sustainable maintenance and modernization. Call their customer care center at 877-276-8691 to find their nearest office. That's Cone USA. Wildcat basketball here on TJ Sports Online. And looking for Kelsey. Kelsey Whaley, our SID. She said she would be putting in an appearance. Haven't seen her yet. It'll be Wildcat basketball to start the second quarter, moving from right to left. And Radford and Lachey Holt out on the floor, along with Asuncion. Thank you, Leah. Leah Rado, the SID, stolen away. Getke down court. Chelsea drive, lays it up and off. Rebound, take it down by Cam Brace, and it is Wildcat basketball. Holt front court, stops at the top of the key. Goes wing fire side, they go baseline. Pass into the lane, and we have a jump ball called as Kennedy Jennings was tied up, I believe, by Nikki Fokin. And the possession now belongs to the Blazers. Making their first tournament appearance, we mentioned, since 12-13. And for the Wildcats, their first appearance since 09-010. 20-13, Blazers with the lead and the basketball. Dittburner back in. She's playing with Morgan Merritt on the guard. Gatgate Chelsea goes up top for Sydney Phillips. Phillips to Dittburner. Has a notion, but Lachey cuts her off. Shovel pass off for that corner for Chelsea. Getke goes in a lane, stops, kicks it back up top. And there's Schiffler. Goes baseline near side for Dittburner. 4 on the shot clock. Dittburner can't get a shot off in the lane. Right hand hook, no good. And the rebound taken away. Shot clock violation. And the shot never hit the rim. Good defense by the Wildcats. And that goes in the book as a turnover. St. Kate shooting 40% in that first quarter, 4 of 10. The Blazers shooting a 9 of 16, 56.7%. It is Holt going baseline for Jennings. Up top. Top of the key. Going inside is Radford. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound on the floor, taken away by Merritt. Morgan Merritt through traffic into the front court. Then don't slow it down. And there's Schiffler. Up the line for Dittburner. Crossover dribble in the lane. Traveled? Yes or no? Yep, she traveled. Turnovers in that first quarter. And St. Kate's had 5, and that is now their 6th travel of the ballgame. The Wildcats have 3. 14-11 at the end of the first quarter. Augsburg up on top of the Royals by 3. Again, Matt Nelson on the call. Lachey Holt out of the wing. 3, launches it. The rainbow, no good. Rebound taken down by Dittburner. 1 and done for the Wildcats. They've been out rebounded by the Wildcats, or by the Blazers, 9-6. In the lane, Schiffler gets double teamed. Chelsea Getke from the corner, clearing pass up the line for Fokin, goes inside, and she knocks over Kennedy Jennings. Whistle and a traveling call against the Blazers. And that is their 6th turnover of the ballgame. And now sitting down for the Wildcats is Kanani Asuncion. And Audra Clark coming back in the ballgame. A little tough to pick up those purple and gray numbers here, seeing I haven't done a Wildcat game in about 2 years. And with the basketball, Combrice. Lachey Holt out of the wing. Skips it over the top. Audra from the corner. Goes inside. Swings it over the top for Holt. Lachey on the move. In the lane. Drive. Shot is blocked. And taken away by Schiffler. And out-court pass. Restolen by Audra Clark. And 4 on 3 coming back. Clark into the lane. Drive. Lays it up and in. And the basket counts. Audra Clark has her 5th point. Goes to the line. And 1. And a foul, I believe, on Nikki Fokin. That would be her third team foul. For the first team foul of this quarter. Audra Clark, a 65% free throw shooter, averaging 15 points a ball game. 20-15. 22-15. Rebound taken down by Fokin. Front rim, back rim, and it rolled off. Blazers into the front court, and Lachey got knocked over as Shipley goes inside. Fokin mishandled it, clears it up the line. Morgan Merritt from three-point range, shot no good. Rebound, loose ball, and taken away by Jennings. Jennings plays it off for Lachey Holt. Wildcats right to left, down by 2 possessions, 20-15. Holt hesitation dribble in the lane, left-hand layup is no good. And the rebound taken down there by Cambrise. Off to Clark. And going inside, bounce pass wide open. Donica scores. Donica, 5'10" freshman from St. Croix Lutheran down there in West St. Paul at 20-17. The Wildcats are within 3. Getke goes far wing for Morgan. Merritt cut off on a double team. Baseline for Polkin. Clears it up top. Dittburner to the near corner for Chelsea Getke. Dittburner on the return pass. And she goes inside behind the back dribble. Pretty off on that wing far side. Sydney Schiffler, 5 on the clock. Sydney steps back, can't get a shot off. Merritt can't get a shot off. Now she goes inside, pulls up at the buzzer. Shot no good. And taken down by Donica. Lays it off for Lachey Holt. As the Wildcats are down by 1 possession, 20-17, with 6:14 to go in the first half. High post in the lane. And there is Andra Clark for Lachey Holt. Launches a 3, and it's no good. And the rebound fought for and taken away underneath by Radford. Back up top. As going inside is Cambrise, and shot up, and it rolls off. That a kid, just a little bit too far underneath. And we have a whistle, and I believe that Coach Mike Durbin did call a timeout. We have 5:50 to go in the first half. And it is St. Ben 20 and St. Kate's 17. The only lead for the Wildcats was at 2-0. And the Royals have come out with the first 7 points of the second quarter, leading Augsburg by a score of 18-14 at the Robertson Center. That game you can also find by going to my website, tjsportsonline.net. The website of my company, TJ Broadcast Services, as we feature Augsburg sports, St. Catherine University, volleyball, basketball, sometimes a little hockey, sometimes a little softball. We also feature University of Minnesota women's hockey. They got the playoffs this weekend against Bemidji State. We also feature Golden Gopher baseball. And by golly, I've got Gopher baseball Friday night from USB against Seattle University, the Redhawks. Matt Nelson and I will be there. We also have Hill Murray, Cretan Durham Hall, and Stillwater as our high school class. We audio and video stream the sports across the net. It'll be Blazer basketball coming out of that timeout and leading by 3. And Coach Sean Pickerton. Coach Sean on his staff. Tim Char, Tim Pepper, Andre Davis. And Mike Durbin is assisted by Steve Howe, Vintra, Katie Peschel, and Caitlin Kepler. Coaching staff from Mike in his 31st year. As into the front court is Sydney Schiffler, the freshman point guard. Goes for Dittmanner. Vulcan sets the pick and roll for Nikki. Pass knocked away. And Nikki saves him from going out of bounds. Clears it over the top of the weak side for Dittmanner. As Annie goes baseline, near side for Getke. Back inside for Fulkin. Double team. Right hand hook up and in. Nikki Fulkin, and she has 8 of their points. Their leading score, 22-17. The Blazers lead by 5, or down to about the 5-minute mark. And I see Mara Lee back in the ballgame. Clark out of the left wing, free throw line high. Against that floating 2-1-2 or 2-3 zone. Hold high post for Lee to the wing. Clark, Audra, one dribble, goes baseline for Jennings, up the line. There's Mari for Lachey Holt again. 9 on the clock. Holt from the top of the key, puts up the rainbow, and it's good! Yeah, there we go. Lachey has her first field goal of the ballgame. 28th three-pointer of the season. And the Wildcats are within 2 at 22-20. Closest we've been since it was 4-2. As Dittburner into the lane. Clearing past Schiffler, fire corner, Polkin, baseline drive underneath. She stepped on the end line. Yep, it. A turn of the ball game. What was that? Yep, it? Is that a word? Macy Kelly will come in for the Blazers. And coming in for the Wildcats, there's Alexis Garcia and also Meg Clark. Lachey Holt will sit out. And Donica Cambrise will sit out. Kelly will inbound underneath the Blazer basket. 22-20. Macy off the inbounds, 5 seconds. They get it off in the corner, just in time. Schiffler up top for Getke. Chelsea. Vass knocked down that wing, and Schiffler retrieves before it goes to the backcourt. Here's Kelly from downtown. Scores! Macy Kelly with her 17th three-pointer of the season, averaging 6 points in the ballgame. 25-20. St. Ben's with the basket with the lead. Wildcats with the basketball. High post for Lee. Up top for Audra. 3 short. And the rebound will go out of bounds. It'll be St. Ben's basketball. Wildcat Sports here on TJSportsOnline.net. The website of TJ Broadcast Services. Fire corner for Dittburner. Annie on the hesitation dribble. Stops. Clearing up past to Getke. There's Kelly. Macy goes free throw line high. Clicks it up top. And there is Schiffler again. Being watched there by Maury Lee. They swing it around the perimeter. Getke takes Audrey inside. Shovel pass up the line. Saved from going in the backcourt. Dittburner. 4 on the clock, goes inside. Annie's shot is up and off. And she was fouled on the way in. Fouled against the Wildcats, and that will be number 2 for Meg Clark. Before or after the shot? Evidently after the shot, as Annie Dittburner will go to the free throw line, where she's a 72% free throw shooter, and she has the first one miss. The Blazers 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Still 25-20, 3:42 to go in the half. Second free throw is good. And Dittburner has 7. Fokin has 8 to lead the Blazers. Coming right to left in the front court, they go right wing for Jennings. Meg to Garcia. Alexis works between the circles, goes wing for Clark. Audrey goes in the lane, gets double 10. They clear back up top for Mara Lee. Lee pulls back on the dribble, 10 on the shot clock. They go inside for Clark, steps back. Audrey beyond the arc, goes inside and whistle, and we have a foul inside. Schiffler or Johnson, who got it? And the foul, I believe, was not Sydney Schiffler. No, they gave it to Dittburner. And Annie has her first foul. And the second team foul. Wildcats will inbound in the lane, out to the ridge. Audrey for 3, no good. Rebound back inside, offensive board for Garcia. Alexis goes up top again. Clark in the lane. Audrey to the corner for Jennings. Back to Meg. Audrey, top of the key. Into the lane, Maury Lee. And they go baseline. Up top again. Into the lane, Maury Lee. And we have a traveling call. And if I were to say anything, Maury, you have to shoot. You have been left so wide open. Think shot first instead of passing the ball. 26-20. The Blazers with the lead under 3 minutes to go here in the first half as Schiffler hits the front court against the Wildcat man-to-man. Getke for Alex Johnson down the ball game. Up top for Dittburner against Clark. Which one? That's Audrey. Into the lane. Kelly baseline pass off the leg of Johnson. Take it away. The Blazers have their 9th turnover of the ball game. Wildcat basketball in the lane. Clark up to Garcia. Alexis 3. Good! Alexis Garcia has her second three-pointer. 6 points. 27 threes on the season. And the Wildcats within 3. Dittburner in the lane. Knocked away. Oh, that'll be a traveling call against Dittburner. And that 10 turnovers against the Blazers here in this half. They normally average about 16. And I only have 3 for the Wildcats. And I see Lachey Holt coming in. And there's Maury Lee, Alexis Garcia, Kennedy Jennings, and Audrey Clark. A 1-possession lead for the Blazers. Jennings for Lee, the 2 seniors. There's the 3rd senior, Lachey Holt. Launches the rainbow. It's going to be way short. And the rebound taken down by Dittburner. And quickly into the front court. And a top of the circle against Clark. Go off on that wing for Alexis Johnson. Play high away from the post. Inside for Kelly. Johnson baseline. Alexis back up the line. Clearing pass for Schiffler. Sydney had a notion from 3. Passed up the shot. Kelly with the basketball. Macy head fake in the lane. Drive, scoop shot up, and no good. And she traveled. Macy Kelly. And the Blazers have their 11th turnover of this first half, 26-23. The Kelly family from Ludwig, and I broadcast many of the athletes in that big family over the years. I was the voice of the Wingers way back when, another lifetime ago. Off in that far wing. There's Garcia, goes over the top. Lachey Holt pulls back on the dribble. Up top, Clark, not afraid. 3, no good. Rebound, loose ball, taken away by Kelly. And the shovel pass, 26-23. Dittburner in the front court, slows things up. They set up the offense. Chelsea Getke goes inside, drive. Shot underneath, no pass underneath. Johnson scores. And Alex Johnson has her first 2 points. The freshman out of Becker. And at 28-23. And the Blazers lead by 5. Under a minute to go here in this first half. Audrey with the basketball for Lee. Garcia, top of that 2-3 zone, using up that dribble, and a foul away from the basketball. And I believe it's on Schiffler, got called for the push. And Sydney will pick up her first foul. Third team foul against St. Vance here in the second quarter. Looks like Morgan Merritt is going to check in. And she does, and Sydney Schiffler will sit down. Merritt, a junior, Schiffler, a freshman. Morgan mentioned from Canby, Minnesota. Inbounds pass for Lachey Holt. Sets up at the top of the key, 42 seconds ago in the first half. Clark up on the wing near side for Garcia. Alexis using up the dribble. Clark out of the right wing, free throw line high. Over the top, Holt, baseline. Jennings underneath, tries to get a reverse layup, can't do it. Up top, Clark, threes. It's in and out. Rebound taken down by Kelly. And Macy, the senior, into that front court and leaves it off for Morgan Merritt to play the point guard. And the shot clock is off 15 seconds ago here in the first half. 25-25, Augsburg and Bethel. 3 minutes to go in the first half up in Arden Hills. Kelly out of that left wing, free throw line high, goes baseline. 1 on the clock, shot away by Dittmer, no good. And that's going to do it. That's the half. As we play 20 minutes of basketball. And here at the halftime break, it is St. Vance 26 and the Wildcats 23. And the Wildcats outscore the Blazers in that second quarter by a margin of 10-6. And we'll get the stats from Leah here in just a bit. 15-minute halftime here. Let's take a look at the individual totals. First of all, for St. Vance, again coming in at 15-10, 10-7 here in the MIAC. Winners of the first 2 games with St. Kate's. Nikki Fokin with 8 points, including 2 for 2 from the line. Chelsea Getke, a couple of field goals for 4. Kate Vanovitz, a couple of field goals for 4. Annie Dittberner with 7 points, 3 field goals, 1 of 2 from the line. Macy Kelly hit a 3. Sydney Schiffler did not score. Alex Johnson had a basket late. She has 2. Foul situation for the Blazers. Fokin 1. Vanovitz 2. Dittberner 1. Schiffler 1. And Alex Johnson with 1. And for the Wildcats, Alexis getting a couple of 3. She has 6 points. Kennedy Jennings just 2 of 3 from the free throw line. That's it. Mari Lee with a basket for 2. Audra Clark a 3 and 2. She's got 5. And Danica Cambrace with a field goal 2. Meg Clark has yet to score. Lachey just 1 field goal, 3-pointer. And that's it. And Kanade with 1 3-pointer. That's her only field goal of the ballgame. And the foul situation, not bad. Mari Lee with 1 and Meg Clark with 2. Again, it's halftime here from Claire Lynch Hall on the campus of the College of St. Vance. Brought to you in part by Shapco Printing. Welcome to Shapco, a full-service print solution provider, producing the highest quality print communications reliably and consistently for customers across the globe. Shapco has received numerous awards from a variety of prestigious organizations located at 1109 St. Avenue North in Minneapolis. Their website is www.shapco.com. And the Leffler Companies offer efficiency, flexibility, productivity, speed, and quality support for all of your office technology and service needs. From copiers, printers, and managed print services to phone systems and IT solutions and much more. Contact Leffler to learn more. Serving the Twin Cities, St. Cloud, and Northfield, as well as western Wisconsin. That's the Leffler Companies. And Jimmy John's with over 60 locations across the metro to serve you with gourmet sandwiches. Thank you, sir. Delivering freaky fresh and freaky fast. They also cater parties, large and small. Go online and check out the menu at Jimmy John's. And checking the first half stats, and the Wildcats were 30.8 for the first half, 8-26. And that's about, 30.8. They've been shooting around 43%. So 30.8% here in the first half. 5 of 14 from beyond the arc, 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Wildcats have 11 rebounds, 5 on the offensive boards. And they have the 7 turnovers and 4 steals. This ball hawking defense for the Wildcats, they average around 10 steals a ball game, plus 4 block shots. St. Vance, that first half, lighting it up 57.1%. Normally they're 38% field goal shooting team, but 12 of 21 in the first half. Just 1 of 4, though, from beyond the arc. From the free throw line, they are 3 of 4. And on the boards, they've out-rebounded the Wildcats by almost a 2-1 margin. 20 rebounds, including 4 on the offensive boards. They had problems taking care of the basketball, though, in that first half. They had 11 turnovers. They had 1 block shot, and they had 4 steals. And we had the 1 tie in the ball game, and that was early at 2-2. And, of course, we had the 1 lead change. The Wildcats had taken a 2-0 lead. And then St. Ben's came back and eventually stretched out their lead to as many as 10 points in the ball game. Wildcats back to within 2 late in the second quarter. And here at the break, they trail by 5, 28-23. And half a minute to go in the first half at the Robertson Center. It is Bethel 30 and Augsburg 28. 3 against 6. You get the matchup there. Again, this is halftime on TJ Sports Online.net. We talked about other basketball going on. We did that on our Wildcat pregame show. We mentioned the Northern Sun Conference. And a lot of games going on tonight, the first round in the UMAC tournament. And tonight it is Northwestern of St. Paul and Minnesota Morris. And the quarterfinal winner will be at UW Superior tonight. Championship game will be on Saturday in the WIAC, my old stomping grounds. As I went to River Falls, first round games tonight. Eau Claire, La Crosse, and River Falls at Stevens Point. In the semifinals on Friday, home court. Oshkosh and Whitewater. Championship game will be on the 26th. And that's the women's basketball picture. So the half-court shot going on right now. About 10 minutes remaining here in a long halftime. In the men's basketball, mentioned last night, Carleton edging Augsburg 66-63. And St. John's over Hamlet 86-58. Tomorrow night, Carleton at St. Thomas, St. John's at Bethel. Northern Sun Tournament men's basketball tonight, first round. Sioux Falls at Minot State, UMD at Southwest Minnesota, Crookston at Upper Iowa, Mary at MSU Mankato, Wayne State at St. Cloud State, Bemidji State at Augustana, Concordia St. Paul at Moorhead, and Winona State at Northern State. And they move their playoffs to the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls later this week. The UMAC Conference, and let's see, games tonight. Scholastica at Bethany Lutheran down in North Mankato, and Minnesota Morris at Northwestern of St. Paul. And the championship game will be on Saturday at the remaining highest seed. Last night in the WIAC in men's basketball, La Crosse beat Eau Claire and Whitewater over Stout. Tomorrow night, La Crosse will be in River Falls in one semifinal game, and Whitewash will be at Oshkosh. Championship game will be on Saturday. And that's the story on basketball around the Upper Midwest Division II and Division III. Tonight's broadcast is made possible by Universal Athletic. They've been passionate about fueling the dreams of athletes and put all of their know-how into doing just that by servicing and selling athletic gear to our local athletes, high schools, and colleges. Universal Athletic has dedicated its heart and soul to the support of sports, fitness, and health programs in schools and communities, and providing innovative food and beverage solutions since 1955. Is Midwest Betting, servicing organizations large and small throughout the Twin Cities, including St. Catherine University. They're proud to offer unwavering integrity, in-demand products, innovative technology, and personal attention. Give them a call at 952-707-1990, 952-707-1990, or visit MidwestBetting.com. Again, I'm Tom Worsham, broadcasting here tonight. Matt Nelson and I flip-flopping roles. Tom Ritchie is on camera here tonight. And they're at the halftime at the Robertson Center. Augsburg leading Bethel by a score of 31-30. For the August, Tamira McLemore, the reigning MIAC Player of the Week, leading the way with 11 points. And after that, 8 for Abby Jordan. And for the Royals, their leading scorer, they've got 2. Hannah Johnson with 10, and Abby Miller has 10. And Bethel shot 46% in that first half. Augsburg gets 36%. And the three-point range, both teams are 25%. Free throws, Bethel 3 of 8. The Augies are 2 of 2. The Royals have had problems holding into the basketball. They've turned it over 14 times in the first half. And Augsburg has 6 turnovers. A couple of different ties, 3 different lead changes in halftime from the Robertson Center. And the semifinals will be Friday night. And the lowest remaining seed will be at St. Thomas. The highest remaining seed will be down at St. Peter to take on Gustavus. And the championship game will be on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. It's halftime, and the Blazers lead by 5, 28-23. And both teams coming back on the floor. We'll be back with the second half in just a few minutes. And again, we welcome you back here to Claire Lynch Hall here on the campus of the College of St. Ben's here in St. Joe, Stearns County. Our broadcast here tonight of the MIAC Women's Basketball Quarterfinals brought to you by Twin City Orthopedics, Universal Athletics, Northfield Lodge, Midwest Betting, Best Western in Bloomington, Cone Elevators and Escalators, Klein, Eastside, U.S. Bank, and Jimmy John's. And Wildcat supporters also include the Leffler Business Solutions, the Golf Construction, the Sodexo Group, Shapco Printing, the Hickey family, Eckberg and Lammers, attorneys at law. I know these got sponsored by Stillwater Pony football broadcast during the fall. The DLR Group and Adrian Gardner, attorneys at law. Broadcast presentation of the University of St. Kitts. In cooperation with my company, TJ Broadcast Services, and a big thank you all season long to Athletic Director Eric Stacy and our SID Kelsey Whaley. Thanks for your continued unwavering support of our broadcast efforts, and hope to keep it going for many years to come. We're at half, 28-23. The Blazers lead by 5. And over at the Robertson Center, they're at halftime. Augsburg leading Bethel by a score of 31-30. Matt Nelson up in Arden Hills, and yours truly, Tom Wishon here. As I said, in my home county of Stearns County, just a couple of years ago, I was born at St. Cloud Hospital, kicking and screaming, coming onto this planet. And I mentioned Tom Ritchie. By the way, I have to apologize. I can't read my handwriting sometimes. I did my scorebook, and I was calling her Getke all night long. Chelsea Getter, the Wabasser Rabbit. And for Chelsea fans, I apologize. She's got 4 points here at the break. She's the number one team, the number one person in steals on this club. Allison Newton not playing so far tonight. Their number one assist person, another Pine Island Panther. It'll be Wildcat basketball to start the second half. Audra and Meg Jennings, Garcia, and Kennedy Jennings out there. As into the front court is Clark. 2-3 zone put up by the Blazers. They go wing near side. High post for Garcia. Mari Lee downtown three. Yes! Mari Lee hits a three-pointer. And there's her second field goal of the ballgame. She's got 5. And the Wildcats are within 2 at 28-26 for Mari. Her 27th three-pointer of the year. Schiffler, Badovitz, Getter, Fulken, and Dittmer on the floor. Annie goes inside, lays it up and in. Boy, she's a good ball player. She's got 9 points and well above her season average of 6, 30-26. A 4-point Blaze lead. Clark lost the ball. And Potker on the floor. Chip ball possession there belongs to the Wildcats. No, correction, belongs to the Blazers. I forgot, we're going the other direction. And for the Wildcats, that's their 8th turnover of the ball game. And Dittmer into the front court. Wildcat person to person. Dittmer against Mari, takes her inside, stops. High post there for Fulken. Nikki into the lane, spin move, left-hand layup is good. Nikki Fulken, the 6'3" junior. She's in double figures with 10, 32-26. And the Blazers have the first 2 baskets of the second half. Oh, I forgot Mari's three-pointer. Off on the weak side. Here's Meg Clark against Dittmer. As the zone is extended. Jennings goes over the top. Lee from up top. Bounce pass. Clark, 3. Audra, yes! Audra Clark nails a 3. And Audra has her 8th point of the ballgame, including a couple of threes. 32-29. That cuts the lead at half. 8.5 minutes to go. Third quarter. The MIAC quarterfinals. Off a screen set by Fulken. There's Dittmer. Hesitation dribble goes inside around Mari. Lays it up, but Mari got her called for a block. As Mari will pick up her second foul before or after the shot. And they see a shooting foul. And so Dittmer will go to the free throw line for she is 1 of 2. Free throw up, and it is good. She's in double figures. She has 10. Fulken has 10, 33-29. And a 4-point lead for St. Ben's. Second one is also good. This time nothing but net 11 for the junior. Former New Prague Trojan. As Audra Clark into the front court. Working between the circles. And they go high-low post. And they swing to the near side from Meg Clark. They go high post from Lee. Back to the basket. And hands it off for Clark. Meg, corner, Jennings, 20-footer, scores. Kennedy Jennings, her first field goal. And she has 5 points. 34-31 in the lane. Fulken up top for Dittmer. Goes back inside to Fulken around Lee. Shot blocked by Mari. Loose ball, Banovitz had taken away. And a shot from the Ridge. Schiffler, 3, no good. Rebound, offensive board for Getter. Up top for Dittmer, into the lane. Bounce pass, poke it, up and off. Her own rebound, back up, and we have a foul inside. And did Garcia or one of the Clarks get it? Being an inbounds pass, the foul. And the foul was on Kanani, Suncion. And a turnover against the Blazers in that backcourt. Didn't see Kanani out there, and I only have her for one foul in this first half. It is Wildcat basketball. Marley at the high post. Hands it off for Garcia. Alexis pulls back on the dribble. Again, it's 34-31. Lee for Andra. Pick and roll underneath. Murray up and in. Marley, nice pick and roll. And Murray has 2 field goals this half. 7 points in the night. And the Blazers are within 1 at 34-33. Low post layup, no good. Rebound off the hands of Banovitz. And out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat basketball. Trying to take their first lead since it was 2-0. 6:47 to go here in the third quarter. Crossing half court is Zandra. They go high-low. Channing now out of the right wing. Clearing pass up the line. Meg goes wing far side for Lexus. Goes baseline far side. Channing drives inside. Double team shot blocked. Rebound up top. Into the lane. Shot by Clark is blocked. And Murray saves it from going into the backcourt. And with 7 on the clock, they're going to have to shoot. Here's Audra into the lane to the Ridge. On the way, Garcia. Shot is no good. Rebound. Loose ball and taken away by Nikki Fokin. As into the front court is Sydney Schiffler. The lead is still 1 for St. Vance. Dittmer at the top of the key. Goes right wing far side for Banovitz. Katie goes baseline and a blocking foul. Wildcats did not have their feet set. And picking up the foul is Andra. That is her first foul. And substitution as Lachey Holt will come in. And Andra Clark will sit down. The Wildcats had their third foul of this second half, third quarter. Ball knocked away by Lachey Holt, out of bounds. And the Blazers will do it again. 6 minutes to go, third quarter, 34-33. And off the inbounds, up top, Schiffler wide open, free throw line, pulls the trigger, and it is no good. Rebound, loose ball taken away. And here comes Lachey Holt, left to right, into the front court. They go wing, Clark in the lane, Meg up top for Murray Lee. Garcia with the basketball. Meg out on the weak side, skips it over the top. Holt with the basketball. Murray Lee at the high post. As they swing fire wing again for Lachey Holt. Lachey with just one field goal so far. Goes inside. Jennings shot is blocked by Fokin, taken away by Nikki. And Kennedy is arguing. That was on my arm. And a clean block evidently by Nikki Fokin, her 48th block of the season. Dittmer in the lane, lost a handle on it. Loose ball. And it's safe from going out of bounds by the red and white. Gatter goes inside for Banovitz. Fokin from the wing. Shot is up, no good. Rebound to the floor. Loose ball. Holt is tied up. Whistle. Jump ball. Or did she call a timeout? Lachey called the timeout before the jump ball. And it would have been St. Ben's basketball if the whistle had sounded. 5:10 to go in the third quarter. And a 34-33 in favor of the Blazers. And up at the Robertson Center, Augsburg 35 and Bethel 33 with 8:43 to go in the third quarter. The MIAC women's basketball quarterfinals, semifinals on Friday night. Championship game on Saturday afternoon. And we haven't really decided what our broadcast plans are going to be. Got too much on our plate on Friday. We've got go for baseball. Could have basketball. Could have a monster blizzard. A foot or more here in central Minnesota, the Twin City area. So somehow we have to navigate all around that and try to get a couple of broadcasts down the air. Augsburg, if they win, they go to St. Thomas. St. Kate's win, they go to St. Peter. It'll be Kennedy Jennings to inbound in the backcourt. Jennings, Holt, Lee, Garcia, and Rich Clark. That is Meg Clark. That's right, Andra on the bench with that last foul. Again, the Wildcat trying to take their second lead of the ballgame. The only other one, 2-0. Lachey front court under the wing for Meg. Clark using up the dribble for Holt. Goes baseline for Jennings. Kennedy into the lane. Lost the dribble. And it's taken away by Getter. And Chelsea into the front court on that turnover by the Wildcats. Their ninth of the ballgame. Nikki Fokin up top. Dittburner goes around Mari Lee. Cut off by a double team. Bounce pass for Getter. Chelsea in the lane. Knocked away by Holt. And out of bounds. And it'll be Wildcat basketball. And Mike Durbin not happy with the call. And I think he had an argument. It looked like it went off with the leg of one of the Wildcats. But we'll take the call. 4:41 to go. Third quarter. And we have a substitution. Looks like Donica coming in. Actually, we've got a timeout call. I know we featured our broadcast last night in men's basketball. They took 4 media timeouts per half. 16, 12, 8, and 4. And they paped the SID at Carrollton and said, well, it's just to get everybody used to the NCAAs. Well, here we've got 4 quarters. Is there a need for media timeout? Evidently. 4:41 to go. 34-33. They're going back and forth up there at the Bethel. Now 38-36 in favor of the Royals. Proud sponsor of Wildcat Athletics. Since 1971, the Universal Athletic Team has been passionate about fueling the dreams of athletes, and they put all of their know-how into doing just that. By servicing and selling athletic gear to our local athletes, high schools, and colleges, Universal Athletic has dedicated its heart and soul to the support of sports, fitness, and health programs in schools and communities. You're watching Sharon Company here tonight. And I'm Tom Washington, normally the voice of the Youngins. Matt Nelson, normally the voice of the Wildcats. We flip-flop. As Matt is up in Arden Hills. And you have to put up with me or the broadcast here tonight. Hopefully you're enjoying it. As it'll be Wildcat basketball again, a second chance to take the lead. Lee lays it for Lachey Holt to bring it up court. Lee senior out of Humboldt there on the west side. Lachey top of the key, goes wing for Jennings. They go up front for Garcia, swing to the wing for Cambrise. Donica goes inside for Lee, back to the ridge. Lachey, 3, no good. And the rebound taken down by Fokin. Outlet pass, Dittburner into the lane. Up to Macy Kelly now back in the ballgame. Goes inside for Fokin, double team. Clearing pass into the backcourt. Over and back, yes. Over and back the call against St. Ben's as they have their 12th turnover on the ballgame. One more try and trying to take the lead, 34-33. And Lachey Holt out near half court. Goes wing near side for Garcia. From Hopkins Royal. Jennings up top, Lee. Murray pulls back on the dribble. And that 2-3 zone keeps floating side to side. Holt, bounce pass to the post for Jennings. Kennedy into the lane, double team, back out to Holt. Lachey top of the key, 10 on the clock. As Cambrise goes in the lane, pass knocked away by Banovitz, and Kate sees it from going out of bounds. The Wildcats have their 10th turnover of the ballgame. So down the floor without a shot. Dittburner in possession of the leather, 3:35 to go. Dittburner off a screen for Banovitz. Here's Nikki Fokin inside, and we have a foul either on Lachey Holt or on Kate Banovitz. I think it's on Lachey. Got called for the reach-in. She did. And Lachey Holt has their first foul, 14th foul. One more in this quarter. There'll be a bonus. As Jennings will come out. Christian coming in. Jackie Radford. And now coming into the ball game is Alex Johnson. Macy Kelly goes up top for Annie Dittburner. The lead is won with 3:25 to go. Third quarter. Kelly. Macy looking inside for Johnson. Not there. Near corner for Dittburner. The screen for Banovitz. And a bounce pass inside for Banovitz. Out to Kelly from the arc. 3, no good. Rebound taken away by Lachey Holt. Back down court. Lachey down the middle. Behind the back dribble. Then slows up. Goes back inside. Underneath. Wide open. Donica scores. Donica Cambrise, and she's got 4. And the Wildcats have taken their second lead. There's their second lead change of the ballgame. 35-34 in favor of the Blazers. Handed off to Chelsea Getter. Macy Kelly, Badovitz, Johnson, and Dittmer on the floor. Dittmer goes inside for Alex Johnson, the big freshman. Up top, they swing to the corner. Getter for three. Chelsea scores. Chelsea Getter nails a three, and that's her 19th three-pointer of the season. She's got 7 points, and the Blazers have their second lead of the ball game. There's another lead change. Back inside, shot no good from the corner is Garcia. Hold top of the key, and zone cuts her off. Lee goes bounce pass corner. Cambrise, Attica shot no good, and Katie Badovitz will take it down. 37-35 with 2 and change. Back inside, Badovitz kicks it back up top. Corner, Getter, baseline, she trebled. As St. Vance with their 12th turnover out of the ballgame. It'll be Wildcat basketball in the backcourt. And again, Mike, I think that goal hit the 2-minute mark in a 2-point ball game, 37-35. I think we knew it was going to be pretty low scoring. Into the lane for Murray. Lee pulls back on the dribble to the wing for Lachey. Holt on the move in the lane, stops, kicks it up top. And Donica goes baseline, pulls up, shot on the way, no good. Rebound out of bounds, and his last touch by Lachey Holt. It'll be St. Ben's basketball with 1:37 to go in the quarter. 37-35. And 2 leads by the Wildcat, 35-34. Way back at 2-0. Third quarter up in Arden Hills, 46-40 in favor of the Royals. Dittmer into the front court. Johnson at the high post extended. Addy for Macy Kelly. They play catch up top. There's Johnson, corner, Dittmer beyond her range. Goes baseline drive, cut off, and she stepped on the end line. Yes, she did. Another trip down without a shot. And a substitution. And it'll be Garcia coming out. And Ascension will come in. Canati down there in the South Country. Homestead County, Rochester Central High School. Holden in the front court. Wildcat trailing by 2. And Jackie Radford with the basketball. And there's Donica up top for Holt. Looking inside, not there. Now the pass into the post from Murray Lee. Knocked away, stolen away. Dittmer coming down court. Drive. Blocked by Radford. Fouled by Checky. A correction by Ascension, not Radford. Foul on Kanani. That's her second foul. Third foul, excuse me. Shooting foul as Dittmer will go to the free throw line. Sydney Schiffler will check back in for the Blazers. Dittmer 3 of 4 from the line. Free throw, no good. Now 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Second free throw is good. And she has a dozen points, 38-35. And now Dittmer will sit out. Sydney Schiffler will come in. And the Wildcat down by 1 possession, 3 points. Holt front court for Ascension. Canati clearing pass onto that far wing. Here's Radford. Jackie gets a return pass from Holt. Goes baseline for Murray Lee. Murray caught in that far corner. Clears it back up the line for Radford. Jackie cross court for Cambrise. Lachey Holt. 6 on the clock. Lachey caught on a double team in the corner. Puts a shot up, and we have a traveling call against Lachey Holt. And a turnover against the Wildcats. So 1 trip down and no shot with half a minute to go in the quarter. It'll be Blazer basketball, and Macy Kelly will come out. And Annie Dittmer had about a 13-second rest. She comes back in, pressed in the backcourt by Holt. And now Dittmer pick up the line by Ascension. This clears half court. Plenty of time on the game clock. No shot clock. Actually, they're about even. As Getter with the basketball. Chelsea on the left-hand dribble. Off to Schiffler. Then knocked away, stealing away. Donica down court. The body is good. Donica Cambrise with her third field goal, her 6th point. 38-37. And shot from half court. Holt puts it up in the buzzer. It is no good. And we played 3 quarters. And the score, it is St. Ben's 38. And St. Kate's 37. I think we're in for a barn burner of a 4th quarter. 10 minutes to go MIAC Women's Basketball, the quarterfinals here on TJSportsOnline.net. You're home for Wildcat volleyball, basketball, hockey, softball. Leading scores. And again, 10 for Nikki Fokin. For the Blazers. Getter has 7. Badovitz 4. Annie Dittmerner with 12. And after that, Alex Johnson with 2 for the Wildcats. Alexis Garcia, a couple of 3, 6 point, none here in the second half. Jennings has 5. Mari Lee has 7. Audra Clark with 8. As Donica Cambrise has 6. Meg Clark has yet to score. Lachey Holt with just 1 field goal, 3 points. As Kanani also has 1 3-pointer. That's it. Well below their season average of 69 points per ball game. We're 32 points away from that and just 10 minutes to go. And again, the Wildcats with the basketball, chance to take the lead. As they go wing near side for Holt. Lachey into the lane for Cambridge. Donica drive out to Lachey. 3, launches it, and no good. Rebound, loose ball on the floor, taken away by Badovitz. Lays it off for Chelsea Getter. Into the front court, slows it up, waits for some help. Schiffler and Dittmerner playing up, catch up top. There's Getter. Working against Asuncion. Into the lane, Badovitz. Around Bradford, turns, left-hand layup is no good. Rebound, underneath, Getter, back up and in. Chelsea Getter, offensive board, and she's got 9. It is 40-37, as St. Ben's leads by 3. Off the wing near side is Kanani. Bradford and Cambrise. Donica into the lane to the corner for Radford. Back up top to the left wing. Going inside is Jennings now in the ball game. As Cambrise, Donica in the lane, double teamed up top. Jennings, 20-footer, good. Kennedy Jennings has her 7th point for this half, 40-39. We have less than 9 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. The winner to advance to the second round on Friday night. And there's Fokin. Nikki hands it off for Schiffler. Sidney, free throw line high. Clearing pass for Dittmerner. And it goes around Lachey Holt. Scoop shot up and off. Rebound taken down by Donica. Outlet pass, Holt. Wildcats with a chance to take the lead. Lachey Holt slows things up. Leaves it off on the wing near side for Ascension. In the lane. Oh, throws it away. And a turnover against the Wildcats. And that is their 13th of the ballgame. As Sidney Schiffler and the Blazers the basketball and a 1-point lead. Aiden Small change of heading. Getter with the basketball. Knocked away by Holt. Lachey off to the races. Down court. Lachey drive. Layup is black. Whistle foul. Either Schiffler or Fokin will get that, as it'll be Lachey going to the free throw line. And which one did they call it on? They called it on Nikki Fokin, her 2nd foul. And Lachey Holt will go to the free throw line. And she averages 15 points a ball game, held to 3 so far tonight. She's a 75% free throw shooter. Do we have a second tie of the ball game? Yes. Lachey Holt has 4, and it's 40-40. And substitution, Jennings back in the ballgame, Lee back in the ballgame, Audra Clark back in the ballgame. As Lachey trying to make the second free throw and give the Wildcats their 3rd lead of the ballgame. 1 or 2 ties, free throw good by Holt. And she has 5. And there's our 4th lead change on the ballgame. 41-40 in favor of the Wildcats. Under 8 minutes to go. Fokin goes baseline. Nikki up the line. Schiffler top of the key. High dribble, no call. Fokin baseline on the way. It is good. Got a nice roll. Fokin has a dozen points. 42-41. Guess what? We're going to have another lead change. Blazers with the lead. Garcia with the basketball. Holt at the top of the circle. As they go high-low post. Mar at the high post. Jennings at the low post. Holt low post for Jennings. Out to the corner. Audra 3. No good. Rebound taken down by Getter. And the outlet pass. Dittmerner into the front court. Blazers by 1. And he pulls back on the dribble. She was cut off by Lachey Holt. Schiffler pulls back on the dribble for Fokin. Far away for Getter. Free throw line high. And we have a foul away for the basketball. I think Kennedy got a call for that. She's walking away very unhappy. No, wait a minute. Offensive foul against the Blazers. And the foul was on Kate Banovitz, that's her third foul. And it'll be Wildcat basketball trailing by a point. And into the front court, there's Andra Clark. Again, that 2-3 zone. They haven't deviated from it all night long. High post for Holt. Free throw line high, double team for Garcia. Alexis goes wing for Marley, and a tipped away for Dittner and out of bounds. And heading to the fourth quarter, it is Bethel 51 and Augsburg 46. Bethel shooting over 52%. Here's Lachey Holt between the circles. Double teamed on that zone. Garcia, baseline, Jennings. Back up top for Lachey. Into the lane. Stops and popped, and no good. And Chelsea get it with a rebound. Blazers by a point and 6:35 to go. 42-41. Dittmer, coast to coast, lays it up. No good. Rebound, Lee. And leaves it off for Lachey Holt. We got a player down in the backcourt. Dittmer hit the deck hard. Underneath, Jennings, shot blocked. Rebound taken away by Getter. Whistle and a foul. And Lachey Holt will pick up this one. And the first team foul against the Wildcats in this quarter. And Lachey Holt will come on. And Meg Clark will come in. Lachey, her second foul. And for the Blazers, it's Schiffler, Getter, Fulkin, Banovitz, and Macy Kelly now on the floor. Blazers with the basketball in a 1-point lead. And Sydney Schiffler, the freshman point guard, at the top of the key. Clearing pass for Banovitz. Back to Sydney, near corner for Getter. Chelsea works it back up the line against Clark. Goes weak side, underneath Fulkin, drive, and a foul. Yes, an offensive foul. Kate Banovitz, not Fulkin. We have a foul on the play against the Blazers. That's Nikki Fulkin, third foul of the ballgame. Third team foul in this quarter. A charging call. We've hit the 6-minute mark. 42-41. Strap in your seatbelts. We're in for Barnberg. Here's Meg Clark. She's open. Back to Andra. Andra free throw line high. Back to Meg. Out of the wing, far side for Garcia. High post for Lee. To the corner. Garcia launches it, and no good. And the rebound, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by St. Kate's. 5:36 to go. They started the fourth quarter up at the Robertson Center. Bethel again leading by 5. Dittmer will come out. Sydney comes in, and Sydney Schiffler will sit out. Pressure by the Wildcats to the backcourt. And now they drop back as Annie hits the front court. Being watched by Meg Clark. There's Getter. Macy Kelly takes it down the right wing, spins in the lane. Kicks it up top for Polkin to the high post. Banovitz for Kelly again. Macy down that left wing drive. Scoop shot up and off. Rebound though. Banovitz up top. Dittmer, three. No good. Rebound. All nothing but white. Polkin with another offensive board. Inside to Macy Kelly. Dribbled it off her hip. Paid away up and off. Third time down. Taken away by Kennedy Jennings. Outlet pass for Clark. Wildcats. Here's Clark in the lane. Underneath. Open. Murray. Up and in. Murray Lee has 7 this half. And we have our 6th lead change with the Wildcats here. Third lead at 43-42. Into the post. Polkin double team. Lays it up and off. And we have a foul either on Murray. And it was on Maury Lee. Maury has her third foul, shooting foul. As Nikki Fulkin will go to the free throw line for the second time. She made her first 2. Meanwhile, we have a timeout on the floor with 4:45 to go. It is St. Kate's 43 and St. Ben's 42. MIAC basketball here on TJ Sports Online.net. Providing innovative food and beverage solutions since 1955 is Midwest Bedding. Servicing organizations large and small throughout the Twin Cities, including St. Kate's. Proud to offer unwavering integrity, in-demand products, innovative technology, and personal attention. Give them a call at 952-707-1990 or visit MidwestBending.com. That's 952-707-1990. And transporting the Wildcats athletes, they took them up 94 here. The capable hands of Northview Lines Incorporated, dedicated to ensuring that your travel experience is a positive one. Call to request a quote or make a reservation at 888-670-8068 or visit their website, northviewlines.com. Again, that number for Northview Lines, 888-670-8068. Coming out of the break, And for Coach Durbin, it is Badovitz, Fulkin, Getter, Kelly, and Dittmer. And for Coach Sean Pickerton, here's Maury Lee, Meg Clark, Kennedy Jennings, Alexis Garcia, and Audra Clark. Again, Fulkin at the line. She's 2 for 2 from the line, has a dozen points. Free throw up, free throw is no good. And right now the Blazers are 3 of 5 in the second half. Chance to tie for the third time, and she does. Nikki has 13 points, and we have our third tie at 43-43. And we have 4:40 to go. Clark goes wing far side for Garcia. Back up top for Audra. High post for Lee. Swing to the wing for Garcia. Over the top. Weak side for Meg. Up top for Audra. Passing up the shot. They go high, low post. Clark bounce pass Lee. Here's Audra down the left wing. Pass inside. Tipped away and thrown away. As the Wildcats did their 14th turnover of the ballgame. The Blazers have 17. St. Ben's basketball. Chelsea Getter to the wing. Macy Kelly goes inside for Fulkin. Double team. Up top for Dittmer to the corner. Getter from 20. No good. Rebound, loose ball, and I think Garcia came over the top. And Alexis, from the disgusted look at her face, Alexis has her first foul of the ballgame. Third team foul against St. Kate's here in the third quarter. Or fourth quarter, excuse me, getting ahead of myself. Lachey Holt will come in. Meg Clark will sit down. Macy Kelly will inbound. Baseline underneath her own basket. Goes way up top for Dittmer. 43-43, 4 minutes to go right now. 4 minutes. Kelly with the basketball. Badovitz inside for Fulkin. Right hand hook, and it's stuck between the rim and the backboard. That's a jump ball. Stuck right between the rim and the glass. And that goes in the book as a jump ball. Somebody want to dislodge that? Here goes Coach Pinkerton over to get another basketball. And it throws it down court. And the referee will try to dislodge it. Let's see how their shooting skills are. And there it goes. It didn't go in, by the way. Basketball did not go in. Macy Kelly. And jump ball possession now belongs to the Blazers. As Macy Kelly will inbound. And they're crowding that low post. As Kelly to get it in for Fulkin. Nikki up the line for Macy Kelly. Dittmer at the top of the key. Kelly gets a return pass. Getter in possession for Dittmer. They play catch around the perimeter. Almost like a 2-3 zone. Fulkin in the lane, double team. Corner for Getter. Dittmer, bounce pass inside. Fulkin turns, shoots, hit, scores. They go to the big post player, and Nikki has 15 points, 7 this half. And it is 45-43. Blazers with their fourth lead of the ballgame. Their biggest lead 10, but that was a couple of hours ago. Clark with the basketball. Alexis back up top for Andra. Garcia, high post for Maury Lee. To the weak side. Holt, 3, no good. Boy, it's not Lachey's night. She had just one field goal. Rebound belongs to St. Ben's, leading by 2. Closing in on the 3-minute mark of this ball game. Badovitz with the basketball for Getter. Kelly working against Clark. Near corner for Dittmer. Lachey Holt on her, trying to swat it away. Dittmer goes baseline, cut off on a double team as Maury steps in. Kelly from up top. Her 3 is no good. Rebound, take it down. We're out rebounded. Badovitz backdoor, Fulkin up and in. Nikki Fulkin on backdoor basket. She's got 17 points. And the Blazers lead by 4, 47-43 with 2:35 to go. 2:35 right down. Wildcats in desperate need of a basket. Here's Audra Clark. Garcia pulls back on the dribble, goes baseline. Kennedy inside, shot of black, whistle foul. As Fulkin will pick up her third foul this half, 4th of the ballgame as Kennedy Jennings will go to the free throw line. Kennedy 2 of 3 from the line, and she has 7 points. Shooting a big couple of free throws here. And they say that Nikki only has 3 fouls. I got 4 in my book. Anyway, Kennedy trying to make it a 3-point lead and get in there. Nope, missed. Made their first 2, missed her last 2. And fouled in the act, 47-43. One more is good. She got 5 this half, 8 for the ballgame. And her season average is 10, 47-44, 1 possession. And there is Fulkin up on the wing for Kelly. Getter to Dittmer. They play catch around the perimeter. that Wildcat zone. Dittmerner, top of the key, takes the hold inside. Pass to the baseline. Fulkin cut off by Holt. Shovel pass up the line. Floated inside for Badovitz. They go far corner. Getter drive, lays it up and in. Chelsea Getter, and she's got 7 this half, 11 for the ball game. And St. Vance leads by 5, 49-44, as Coach Sean Pinkerton will call a timeout less than 2 minutes to go. And with 6:48 to go in the ball game up at the Robertson Center, it is Bethel 57 and Augsburg 50. Looks like they're in the midst of an injury timeout there. And it looked like against one of the Augie players as our trainers were walking the young lady off. 1:56 to go. Again, this is the quarterfinals semis on Friday night down in St. Peter and at St. Thomas. Championship game Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock at the remaining highest seed. Can anybody knock off Ruth Sinton's club, the Tommies? Wildcat basketball in the backcourt. Marley, Lachey Holt, Alexis Garcia, Kennedy Jennings, and Audra Clark on the floor for Coach Sean Pinkerton. And his 5th year. Here comes Lachey Holt. And into the front court, 1:55 to go. Need a basket here. Lee way out between the circles. Back to Clark, top of the key. Or correction, Garcia Holt, the high post. Double team, pulls back on the dribble. Lachey to the wing. 3 on the way. Clark is no good. And Nikki Fulkin with a rebound. The Wildcats shooting. They shot 54% third quarter, but this fourth quarter, not so much. Kelly with the basketball. Halfway between center jump and a free throw circle, leaving it off for Dittmerner. 49-44. And we have a foul. And I believe it's on Audra Clark. And that is the 4th team foul. No, they give it on Lachey. That's her 3rd foul. It'll be an inbounds pass substitution. Kelly will sit down. Shifley will come in. And now it'll be Suncion coming in, and Alexis Garcia will sit down for the Wildcats. This young team, just the 3 seniors, but a big part of this team. Jennings, Lee, and Lachey Holt. Inbounds pass. Blazer basketball, 1:14 to go. They lead by 2 possessions, 49-44. Getter goes inside for Fulkin. Backdoor open is Badovitz. Out to Dittmerner. And they're going to work that shot clock. 15 seconds on that shot clock. Andy looks up at the board. And they go wing far side for Getter. We're going to get Suncion. Goes baseline. Moves inside. Shot is blocked there by Kanani. Taken away by Lachey Holt. Holt into the front court. Crossover dribble into the lane. Stops and lays it up and off. And the rebound taken down by Badovitz. Oh, Lachey Holt. Tough night for our senior. And a foul in the backcourt on the rebound. Either Clark or Holt will get that foul. It's on Audra. And that is her 3rd foul. Or 4th foul, according to the board. All right. I can lie at my paperwork here. But it is bonus time. 5th team foul against the Wildcats. Dittmerner at the free throw line. She has 5 this half. She is 4 of 6 from the line. Make that 5 of 7. And she has 13 points. 50-44. And we have a timeout on the floor with 40.4 seconds to go. And the Blazer lead is 2 possessions. Again, you and Richie Sharon Company. That's right, I'm Tom Wirchin. As Tom Richie is my camera person and engineer here tonight. Twin City Orthopedics offers a full spectrum of orthopedic care to individuals suffering sports-related problems and injuries. Their doctors are team physicians at the University of St. Kate's, Augsburg College, Hamlin University, and many more. Visit tcomn.com. Klein Nissan, your home for new and used Nissans, serving the entire Twin City area. From my hometown right now, Maplewood. When your new or used vehicle needs auto service or car repair, visit them at 3090 Highway 61 North in Maplewood. Klein Nissan, thanks for letting us prove our passion and dedication to the Nissan brand. Under 5 minutes to go up in Arden Hills, 59-50 in favor of the Royals. They took possession early in the 3rd quarter and haven't looked back. Abby Miller with 23 points. Hannah Johnson with 16. McLemore, the only Augie in double figures, she has 13. At the line is Dittburner. Again, she is 5 of 7 for the line, 5 of 8. Free throw missed. As Lachey Holt into the front court. Bounce pass to Lee in the corner. Off the line for Jennings. Kennedy goes over the top, knocked away by Mason Kelly, and taken away by Getter. And a definite tough turnover against the Wildcats and then in the backcourt. And Audra Clark will pick up her 5th foul. Audra will foul out with just 8 points, halfway to her season average of 15. 8 for Audra. Our team leader in steals and an assist. And Ascension will come in. As at the free throw line again is Dittburner. And she'll be back. She's a junior. Free throw up and no good. She missed 2 in a row. The clock is the backbreaker right now. 27 seconds ago. 50-44, 51-44. And 7 in each half. Randy Dittburner. And a timeout on the floor with a 3-possession lead in favor of St. Ben's. As it stands now, it will be St. Ben's at St. Thomas, and Bethel would be at Gustavus if the scores remain where they are. The lowest remaining seed, and that would be St. Ben's. They are the number 4 seed. St. Kate's number 5, and Augsburg number 6. And the highest remaining seed, and that would be Bethel. And they would go down to St. Peter to take on the Gusties. And we get a miracle comeback here. Garcia back in the ballgame. One of our better 3-point shooters gets it into Holt, trailing by 7. Here's Asuncion. Mari Lee in the near corner. Mari just 1 3 so far tonight. Kanani, top of the key. Here's Lachey, launches the rainbow, and it is good. Lachey Holt with her 2nd field goal at her 8th point. And that cuts the lead to 51-47. But again, just 16.2 seconds to go. And the Blazers will have the basketball in the backcourt. And it's bonus time. The Wildcats already have 5 fouls in this 4th quarter. The men's semifinals will be tomorrow night. And St. Thomas will be hosting Carleton at 7 o'clock, and St. John's will be at Bethel tomorrow night. The championship game will be on Saturday at the number 1 remaining seed. Bethel and St. Thomas, of course, tied for the MIAC men's basketball title. Coming out of the timeout, we know that we'll see a full court press. 51-47, 16.2 seconds ago. Coach Durbin has Getter, Dittburner, Kelly, Fulkin, and Schiffler out there. And for the Wildcats, Garcia, Asuncion, Lachey Holt, Mari Lee, and Kennedy Jennings. Full court press by the Wildcats. And they hand the ball to Getter. Chelsea to inbound. Got to hurry. Gets it in. And 5-second or a foul. And what's the call there? What did you call? Why did you blow the whistle? Coach Pinkerton is asking the same thing. And whatever it is, Sean is in agreement. Okay. Again, inbounds pass. One more try, forget him. Chelsea gets it in for Dittburner. Fouled immediately by Kanani. And that is her 4th foul on the ballgame. Her 3rd foul. And at the other end, guess what? Annie Dittburner again. Annie has now been to the line. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. She's made 6. 6 of 10. And 14 points. And the free throw is up and good. He has 15 points. Fulkin leading the way with 17 points. And Schiffler will come out. And Benevitz will come back in. 52-47. 14.6 seconds remaining in the Wildcat season. Free throw miss. And Lachey Holt with the rebound. Holt into the front court. Bounce pass to the corner. Kanani, 3. Good! Kanani Asuncion. And she has a couple of threes. 52-50. 7.8 seconds to go. Did I speak too soon? Full court press. And Coach Durbin will call a timeout. Hayes stealing a three, and we got a 1-point win here. 7.8 seconds to go. Up at Arden Hills, 61-52 in favor of the Bethel Royals. And 2:48 to go in that contest. If you're in the Twin Cities for shopping, sports, visiting, or that weekend getaway, why not stay at the Best Western Plus Bloomington Hotel? It's just across Kilometer Drive for the Mall of America. Their professional staff specializes in true hospitality, gorgeous decor throughout, and the best in-house dining at the Red Rosa Italian Grill. Great food. Visit www.bestwesternbloomington.com for details. And now some discussions between both coaches. Mike Durbin and Sean Pickerton want to talk with our three referees here tonight, assigned by the MIAC. Again, 52-50 St. Ben's, 7.8 seconds to go in the contest, or in that at least regulation. Tom Ritchie says, why not stay for overtime, right, Tom? How about some OT here tonight? And I'm not sure what the discussion is about. I think the Blazers might be arguing for a half-court inbounds pass. And they're not going to get it, I don't think. Again, my next broadcast, and you can find the link at tjsportsonline.net. I've got Gopher baseball on Friday night. The Golden Gophers taking out Seattle University. And then I've got MIAC hockey on Saturday afternoon. Augsburg and Concordia at 2. Augsburg and St. Mary's men's at 7:30. And then on Sunday, I've got Gopher baseball. And that is a 1 o'clock start. And in fact, I've got a triple header that day. That'll be followed by a couple of Augie baseball games. So a busy schedule. Of course, this is tournament time. And next week, I'll swing my attention to the high school hockey playoffs sections. And then, of course, the state tournament. As I am the voice of Stillwater Pony football and hockey. Got to get my ponies to the XL Energy Center. But right now, we need to get the Wildcats to overtime. And after all this, and it'll be, where will the inbounds pass be? In the backcourt. And now Coach Pinkerton calls his team over to the bench. What is going on here? Not being the most astute student of this game, I'm not sure what all of this is about. And what do we have for timeouts? Both teams have no timeouts left here in the fourth quarter. Referee with the basketball is standing on the end line. And for the Blazers, it's Kelly, Foken, Getter, Dittmer, and Schiffler. And for the Wildcats, it's Asuncion, Garcia, Holt, Jennings, and Maury Lee. Chelsea get it to inbound against that full court press. And she gets it into Dittmer. She's fouled immediately by Lachey Holt. And Lachey picks up her fourth foul, sending Annie to the free throw line again. 12 free throw attempts tonight, 7 of 12 from the free throw line. And again, she has 15 points, shooting 1 and 1. And now Banabas is going to check in, 52-53. Dittmer trying to put a dagger in it. She's got 16 points. Schiffley comes out. Banabas comes in for some height. 53-50, still a one possession lead with 7 seconds to go. Second free throw is no good. Rebound Lachey Holt. Front court with 5 seconds. Lachey top of the circle. Lachey to the wing. Far corner. Idra 3 at the buzzer. No good. Off the front rim and it fell off. The Wildcats came about 1 inch away from tying this one up and sending it overtime as Audrey beyond the arc in the corner. And your final score, it is St. Ben's 53 and your Wildcats 50. And that is won of our two MIAC women's basketball quarterfinals. Of course, tonight here on TJ Sports Online.net. Take a look at the individual totals. And Nikki Fulkin with 9 points in the second half and 17 points for the ballgame. Chelsea Getter finished in double figures. She finished with 11. Kate Vanovitz with 4 first half points. Addie Dittmerner again with 16 points. 9 of those in the second half. Macy Kelly hit a 3. And Sydney Schiffler did not score. Alex Jasser with 1 deuce. That's it. And for the Wildcats, as their season comes to a close at 14-11, Alexis Garcia with a couple of threes in the first half. 6 points tonight for the junior out of Hopkins. Kennedy Jennings, her career for the Wildcats, comes to a close with 8 points, 5 in the second half. Mari Lee had 7 points in the second half, and she finished the night and her career with 9 points. Audra Clark, who missed that last shot, she finished with 8 points. She'll be back. Donica Cambrace with 6 points, including 4 in the second half. Meg Clark did not score. Lachey, cold shooting night for Lachey. 2 threes, 2 for 2 from the line. That adds up to 8 points, half of her season average. And Kanade had a couple of threes. She finished with 6 points. So St. Ben's moves on with that record of 16 wins and 10 losses. And they take 3 from the Wildcats here this season. And with 35 seconds to go, looks like Bethel is going to win. They're leading 67-56. And so it'll be St. Ben's. And they will be at, they'll be the lowest remaining seed. St. Ben's will be at St. Thomas. And Bethel will be at Gustavus. That's the matchup in the MIAC semifinals on Friday night. Waiting for the stats to come up here as we'll put a wrap on this broadcast here tonight. Take a look at some of the team stats. So again, St. Ben's at St. Thomas, and Bethel will be at Gustavus. Thank you. As we take a look at the team totals for the Wildcats, they shot just 36% for the ballgame. 18 of 15, 9 of 26 from beyond the arc, 5 of 9 from the free throw line, 24 rebounds, including 6 offensive boards, 15 turnovers. They cut down on the turnovers in the second half. They had a couple of block shots and 6 steals. Correction, that's St. Kate's. Took a lot. All right, the Wildcats shot just 36%. And all those numbers I talked about, they belong to the Wildcats. So again, just a 36% shooting night for St. Kate's. St. Ben's, they shot 43.5% for the ballgame, 20 of 46, just 2 of 9 from beyond the arc, and 11 of 18 from the free throw line. And they out-rebounded the shorter Wildcats by 19, or actually 21, 45-24. We got beat badly on the offensive boards. 15 offensive rebounds. Nikki Fulkin had a double-double, 10 rebounds and 17 points. 20 turnovers for the Blazers, 3 block shots and 11 steals. So St. Kate's, as mentioned, will finish this year with a record of 11 losses, 15 wins and 11 losses. And for the Blazers, they again move on to the semifinals and will take on St. Thomas on Friday night. It is a final. Bethel 70, Augsburg 56 for the Bethel Royals. They are moving on, and Bethel will host. Now let's see if I get this straight. St. Ben's at St. Thomas, and Bethel will be at Gustavus. There we go. As far as I know, that's the way that's the way it wraps up. And with that, it's time to wrap up our broadcast here tonight. Don, I want to thank, first of all, to Leah Rado, the Sports Information Director up in St. Joe. Thank you, Leah, for all the help in getting us out of the air. We certainly appreciate it. Our broadcast here tonight on TJ Sports Online.net is brought to you in part by Dady and Gardner Attorneys Law, the DLR Group, Eckford and Lammers Attorneys Law, the Hickey family, Shapco Printing, the Sodexo Group, McGough Construction, Loeffler Business Solutions. Also brought to you by Jimmy John's, U.S. Bank, Klein Nissan, Cone Elevators and Escalators, Best Western Bloomington, and also brought to you by Northfield Lions, Universal Athletics, and Twin City Orthopedics. I'm Tom Merchant. For Tom Merchant, we say goodnight from Claire Lynch Hall here on the campus of St. Ben's in St. Joe. Your final score, it is St. Ben's 53 and your Wildcats 50. I'm Tom Washington again. Good night, everybody. We'll talk again.